Alright. Hello everyone. This is me recording my battle preps for week number 7 of the Not So Casual Pokemon League. I decided to hopefully make the video format a little bit easier to follow. We've got on the right here is the matchup, so you can always have it here. And then on the left, we've got the actual team that I've brought. Let's see if I can adjust this so it's a little more in view. Okay, there we go. So, for this matchup, my team, as you're probably used to at this point, is the Legless Squad. Megalodios, Thundurus is my speedy threats, and then everything else is sort of a mix of defense and offense. You know, we've got good hazards, we've got okay removal, but one of the initial pain points with this team was speed. I think I fixed that up with some of the FAs a little bit, but it's still kind of slow. And then a bigger pain point is the Dark and Ghost types. I have Wheezing Galar and Muck to resist Dark, and then for Ghost I kind of just have Muck. And if you look at Silveryo's team, the first two things you see are two very scary, very strong Ghost and Dark types respectively. So, on its face, that's a problem. Defensively, I just don't have the best answers to this. Now, I will say Meowscarada has a very hard time getting through Wheezing Galar. It's very tanky. If it tries to use Triple Axle, it's going to take Helmet Chip. So I feel okay versus Meowscarada. Pult, on the other hand, is quite the problem. Obviously, Muckalola is pretty good versus it, but between Will-O-Wisp and Baton Pass, which in our league is legal as long as you're not passing a stat boost, it has a lot of ways around Pursuit. You know, it can burn me, it can switch out, etc., etc. So, this is going to be a tough matchup for sure. However, beyond those two, I actually think I have an okay matchup. One thing I've noticed with a lot of teams this season is they're very weak to the move Freeze Dry, and this team is no exception. The only resistances are Arcanine Hisui, who isn't exactly bulky, and Fortress, who isn't exactly specially defensive. So, as you can see here, I've brought Vanillix again. Honestly, I've been really happy with Vanillix as a Pokemon. I think it's had a lot of good value for its price point. It's obviously very flawed, it has a very hard time hitting ice resists, but yeah. That said, the ice resist of Arcanine here is quad weak to water, so if we can nab it with a water pulse, that'd be pretty good. And then otherwise, yeah, my endgame here is just send in Vanillix when I get the chance, and try to get everything into range of Blizzard or Freeze Dry. Latios here is just a pretty simple attacker Latios set. I opted for Agility over Recover. The Shadow Ball, Luster Purge, Dragon Pulse pretty much hits the whole team. I opted for Agility over Recover because if I can get it out, then I'm outspeeding Dragon Pulse Meowscarada, which means that, you know, there's foreseeable endgame situations where maybe I'm out on like Landorus or something and things are all in range or can't kill me, and then I just get an agility boost. I opted for health over special attack. That might be a little greedy, but it lets me survive Dragon Darts from Boots Dragapult. And just generally makes some ranges a little bit friendlier, so figured it was an interesting option. I'm still not surviving like a Mega Gardevoir Hyper Voice or anything, obviously, but it could save my butt in certain situations. Glamora, I have sort of a sweeper set, and I actually don't expect it to sweep the whole game. I mostly just want it to break for Vanillix. If it can like get Fortress down very low, that'd be great. Maybe force him to sack something, or I don't know. We'll see, obviously, when the game plays out. It also, you know, this team is pretty weak to Rock and Poison, so it could sweep the game. And this is all very offensive. As for defensive, I just have Wheezing Galar as a Meowscarada check, mostly with a little bit of help against Landorus. You know, also it's my removal. Ferrothorn with an Aqua Berry. It lives Mega Gardevoir and Gyro Ball's back, which Mega Gardevoir is also a pretty big problem for my team offensively. And then Muckalola is here mostly to try to beat Dragapult. It punishes any Dragapult set that like isn't Baton Pass. Even if it is Wisp, it's still not doing that much damage to me, and I can like knock it off, Pursuit it, etc. So if it's not Baton Pass to get around Pursuit, then Muckalola can punish it pretty hard, which is really what I need because Dragapult's pretty scary. So yeah, that's just my team. I'm just gonna use these guys defensively, not like super defensively, more so I can take a hit and check some of the biggest offensive threats, and then these guys are my cleanup sweepers. You know, I do know this team doesn't really move around the best, like there's no pivoting moves, nothing like that, but Melodic just didn't seem like a good bring here, neither did Thundurus, so this is what I got. I'll see you when the game starts. Hope you enjoy.